It's 11:11, so I guess people put a lot of meaning on this. It means that you should buy at the market at 11 minutes after 11 o'clock, but I can't wait. So I'm going in at the market. I'm going to max out the account right now with 1Ks. Almost max it out. Each one has its own target. We go all the way to a 50 pip to make a 100 pip here. Every time you hit this is $5. Every time this is $3.50. This is $2. You can keep track. I could make this tighter, this stop, but 12 pips, I give some room. But I'm looking at the tick chart, and I also am not scalping out, really. If this was real money, I would scalp out. Like right now, as we're going up here, I'm down $1,100, I'm down $1,000. That's kind of rugged. I mean, I'd rather be trading the bounce and scalping out right now in some limit that I bought deeper. But at the market here, this is what's what I like. It's very rough and ready. And the broker's got a limit. I can only trade $1 million of currency there. So that's it. And with the 1Ks, it keeps you from going past the broker's ticket limit. That's another money management trick, is to only give yourself so many decks of cards, right? You just can't keep, I guess, pinochle, all these go fish. So, or war, war is my favorite, right? I sit there and just card after card. But that's what this seems like to me. We just fell into the hole on the daily here using the trusty Williams fractal, which we all know and love. It's just a no-brainer turning point. After 5 bars, you get this little carrot. And, once you tag that area, that's a really ripe, so to speak, trap for people that are trying to sell into that. So this would be the money maker thing, the liquidity pools, and now we're in this big hole. When we fell through this fractal, it's like hit the buzzer. And actually, on the daily here, once you start to cave in, so you got this low, and this will show up here. You'll see this show up after about 2 bars past that. You see this. And if you trail, so it is true if you trail a sell stop here, that you could say, well, this looks like a good trading plan. I mean, it's very passive. Sure, I could have sold here on the closing prices, but they're going to hunt the stops. And once they take this out, if they take this out, what happens if they take that out? There's bloodbath in here. And I'm sure at some point, we can't see it here, but maybe we dipped here and there's a bounce house in here to maybe here. I can't tell. That's the thing. If you could see there's a big candle thing where they big candles, and then you see the story, of price inside that, because we don't know if this thing opened and slammed up and down all fucking day long and then ended up down. That's how the markets are. Ridiculous. So it's very volatile. It's very chaotic. It's very erratic. And when the market makes this huge plunges like this on the daily, I mean, it's something else, I had no problem buying into this and being underwater. So I bought into this earlier today. You can see, well, you can't see my fill there, but I basically bought into this all day. Another 30 pip drop, I couldn't fucking believe it. So I'm like, I gotta fucking buy this thing again. Like, they're just killing me. Every time I turn around, it's a fucking IQ tester. So I gotta keep fucking. But that's the drudgery. So look at it retrace now. It's trapped below the floor. In the big picture, I believe we have to overcome this last fractal. There'll be sellers galore. That's about 100 pips north. But on the way there, I'll scalp out. So these are all my exits. So I've been hitting the button for a while now. And most of the stuff is just going to take this pips, I'm pretty much hitting a 22, a 14 target. And these are the big, swing trades. Sure, it could come back here, it could come back there. You've seen this shit retrace, and look at this one. It comes down, crushes this. There's not a Williams fractal. That's why I don't really. I'll just take this hole here, right? There's this one. If you bought everything below that, you'd have to have enough money to buy a 1K, a 2K on every 10 pip handle here. And you come into it like this, and when you get here, you're buying pretty heavy, and I mean, it closes. I'm sorry, it opens here. Crazy, What an open, huh? So there's that. All right, so big retrace. 2 days down hard into this vacuum. This thing's ripping back. I'm just going to come in here like an idiot and buy. I'm going to max out the account now. I'm going to go for 14 pip profits. So I want to lock in all of these high probability, because, we just want to make the money and get the hell out of here. It's coming up on 7:30. And the markets are closed here. And you fall in this hole, this abyss, started yesterday. And you're like 50 pips, 55 pips into this abyss below this fractal. It's crazy town down here. Everything below here, and right now you just now yesterday you were able to take out the low of the previous day, and boy, you're kind of late to the trend. I would say if you're selling here, yeah, I guess you're up on that trade, but wow, I just can't get my brain around. I'm always buying. If I see this insanity, actually, I think I started buying on the way down there, so I got crushed on my scalps, but my swing trades, they're hanging in there. Because it's a 150 pip move on a small position's not even risky either. If you trade really heavy, which I'm totally into this, about 800K right here, so I'm just going to keep hitting the buy button. Now I let up here, so at this point I really should put some limits in if I have any free margin to really get the best situation of buying at the market, because it's fucking pounded into the goddamn ground 2 days in a row. Jesus fuck Christ. That's the thing about who's in control, the Bears. They can be much more control, right? You're going to keep pounding this shit below the floor like that? I don't think so. So I see Bitcoin's all choppy, getting up in kind of trapping people. I suppose if they're buying the breakout and it just pulls back. It's a torture for people that want confirmation, everything's going my way, because there's always this bunch of other people around you that could just push the price anywhere. So tonight, so we'll pull back here, right? So I should be getting in on limits right now, or I pulled the trigger. It's going to be about, okay, so it's 5 minutes before the bottom of the hour. I'm already in big, so I'm not going to pull the trigger anymore. So we're just going to wait it out. But that's the thing, having enough free margin for the limits. I'm going to max out the account, basically. Tonight, if it keeps dropping here, it really is going off a cliff. So we're still caving into the abyss. Yeah, maybe another 20 pips down tonight. Another 20 pips down through the floor. And 9:30 comes, Europe opens. That could be, because really this abyss goes on for quite some size there. And they stop me out. I like to maintain at least the largest position this broker will allow me. And we just wait for, if it tanks here one more. So it's trapped below this floor here on the tick chart. If you really want to scalp it, just took out this. So I'd be buying this thing every minute below this, every minute. But I'm already in so heavy that I would just look at that and say, oh yeah, I'd definitely buy that if I wasn't in at all. And of course, Do you want to buy here with a 50 pip stop? And every time you see a big dramatic sell off on the tick chart, you put a 1K on there. Now by the time before you know it, you're in some giant 80K. Just buying on these, just hit the button. British pound was tanking, but I don't have enough margin for that. Look at the pound just about ready to go down to here. So I did put some limits in. And when these expire, I'll be able to trade another set of tickets. But like here, this is buying in this zone with a target of, so 25 pip window with a target about right where we're at right now. So where we're at now is the, and this is going to be super deep, and I'd make these last a long time. So I think I just reached the limit. So the broker just locked me out. So I can't put any more pendings in because I bought so much of the market on the euro here that that's kind of wiped out that thing. So okay, 7:30. I expect a pound to tank some more. Maybe they'll fill those limits, but and if they stop me out of my tight stops, I got 12 pip stops on this on these market orders. So if we see we get stopped out, then we'd come back in. I gotta highlight the stops here, see how many about to get hit. I free up some margin. Oh, these are all stacked up. So at 21.85. Looks like we're going to tank some more. But not the pound. It's hanging in there. So the pound got pounded here. Certainly ideal to buy right there. Since we freed up some margin, we can buy right on the edge. So this is scalps. I just come in with these 8-hour scalps like this. Let this go. I don't know if it's going to fill. And if it doesn't fill, I come back and hit this close ticket. So I'll take off the bottom ticket. If I just keep double clicking this, it's going to peel that bottom ticket off. So, yeah, because those are crazy tickets down there. You don't want them. I don't have a way to double click and have it take off the top ticket, but so that's just how it is. And then we can delete the objects, which is those arrows that we start with. Okay. All right. Back to square one. All right, that's we're waiting for the pound to tank some more, and it looks like the euro is going to just get crushed. Here comes the dollar Swiss screaming north. It's got the same problem as the. This is like the big trap above this fractal. There'll be sellers galore up there for the scalp coming back. Okay, 7:30, and we're hitting new lows in the euro tonight. They're just pounding the shit out of it. As you know, they would. It's bottom of the hour, and then when we get to 9:30, maybe we go lower. So right on the edge here, got buying into this plunge, but just made new lows in the. Typically, you take out the low of the previous day. So how far do you really go now? Does it really just start taking off here? So here's the line of scrimmage, the 15-minute chart. You're down. Looks like you could tank some more, right? So you could just, and if you come into here, it's going to be like 12-month lows and shit. Crazy prices. And then just shear through that stuff, Those prices will be wiped out. I think all my stops start right here. I said I'd take them out like a zipper there. But these are the real deep swing trades. These are like 30 pip stop, 50 pip stop. I think the 50 pip stop's down here. So this is like my deepest. I think this is I just hit it at a different time. So this is what I bought earlier and then. So this is all the trading I've done tonight just on that 15. There, the half hour came in, bought some more. Then I seen it tank. And that's why I bought here, so you can see my executions, basically buying the plunge. Somewhat gratifying, but I like to buy. So that's the floor we was under. You can't really see it here. This is where, if you're doing the tick chart, anything below there is a buy for it to come back to there, and it's just a bloodbath like this. Now this is a trend. I mean, it's a beautiful trend coming through here. We're still in accumulation phase to try to make it back to here. Cash out of everything here. And if you're frantically pulling the trigger, buy, I would stop buying. Let this retrace, cash out, or it's going to do this. No, maybe not like that. Maybe come back a little bit. And that's the other problem. The market's all choppy, and it's just, who's got the patience for this shit? The tick chart's kind of fun. A lot of drama there. Every fucking price. It's faster than a 1 minute chart. It's coming back to square one. That's going to be here, so it's going to pop up to there for us to cash out. And try to take out the high of Asia on this fractal, on the half-hour fractal. This I'm going to go after this one, the high of that. And the spreads are probably pretty shitty right there. So they trapped these people that sold this. They trapped this guy, and I guess they didn't trap you if you try to put a buy stop here, no fill. So that's why people do put buy stops here, because I didn't get filled on that trade, and that's just but if you got filled short because you traded the breakout of this, then all right, you're short. You got to hope this thing comes to here, and at some point it's got to go and just keep tanking into the abyss. So below here is just crazy town. So, these markets come up to this abyss, they dip into the window, and nothing happens. It's kind of like a dud. And then it just backs off, it retraces, it goes the other way. Kind of just like a blind monster that just really gets moves super fast into these voids. I think it's a crushing move without any kind of regard to how it should be or some moving average thing, because it's just going to scream. It's just going to explode, and then it's going to calm down, and then you could say, oh, we could put a moving average on that. Yeah, it looks good. Look, it's finally got a setup going there. Well, you're looking for this criteria, your filters to come into play. So you built your filters, and you're looking for something to catch. This is the robot idea. And the reason why the breakout bot fails on the small time frames is it just keeps getting trapped in fake breakouts. So there's too much noise on the lower time frame, and the spread is your enemy, especially if you're trying to have this thing get in. Gets in there, and it's all about how tight the stop is initially, and then how tight it trails per robot. But the robot's link was in there, that video. It's all about the settings. So all I did was write different settings and then just name the settings. And then some of these are 10Ks. It's running at 10K all the time. It seems to do 2 trades in there. And then true false stuff, even the settings is confusing. Okay, so we're looking for this retrace now in the tick chart to come back up to here. So it's beautiful trend down. Accumulation. Now we're looking to come back to that floor we just took out. But yeah, it is really the dream is to have the robot or artificial intelligence is going to look at the thing and say, yeah, that would be a great trade if you did this, if you did that. And these kind of things would show up as being, what you would say, this is trading damn good, and it's not emotional, and it's always there, and it doesn't care what time of day it is. But of course, if you've ever left a vacuum cleaning your house, you come home and stuff's broken. You can't always leave these things running because it can really churn the account. Now, if you're going to do what Ryan Brown's doing, he's got this thing trading. I'm like, man, I can't imagine letting this thing just take off and trade. But yeah, hey, go for it. So now we're coming back to this set point. It's about almost 10 after. So I'm steering through the floor, make a new low into about I would say here on the bid, we've come into some new territory there. Or damn close. I'd say very close. All right, coming back to the retracement first scalp. We'll see what happens here. And, this is where you get it could be frantic, especially when you're down like this hard into the week, and it is high drama. These are severe moves, which means you kind of have to trade severely wide if you want to trade it. And that's why I'm not trading the pound on this account, because they just blow. I mean, the way I'm loading into this thing, I just explode the account because these stops are not set. Or I trade on limits on the pound, because what's the point of trying to buy that thing as it's dropping? It's retarded. Whereas here, I see the euro tank like that. I'm like, oh, let's just, okay, now it's cash. Now it's the cash out point. I would suspect most people are going, you know what? That was a great scalp. I'm out. Do you get follow through? Can it take out this high? So that was the big inside. This tick chart here is literally this candle. It's the tail end of that 30 minutes. Now, psycho retrace, right? Take out the high of Asia. Just go ripping, and then it's just a rip fest. I'm going to cash out here on the blue. I know where I got in, actually. So I only have the in tickets highlighted. The stops are not, they're here, but they're not lit up on the thing. We don't have any color, but you can turn that on if you want, but then it's a fucking mess because then it cancels out. Some of the stops are overlapping the entries. It's all about where you got in, I think. So buying this 2-day plunge, it's just ridiculous. It's annoying because it's going to retrace. And you just have to go, okay, we're getting in seriously big on this trade. There's just no way around it. We're getting in fucking. And with the scalp built in, I would say I would put if this is real money, I'd put a 8 pip exit, not a fucking. This is kind of greedy. I'm just saying it's like 14 pips. I mean, that's like a lot on the euro. That's a big target. So that would be, you'd have to make up some stuff for the pound and say, all right, but then you got to babysit the clock, because if you're going to trade at the market, what's the point of getting in when it's dropping? You have to wait for the end of the candle. If it's fucking down like a rip, so here, when it fell onto the floor, I can't help it, but this is a buy for me. So as soon as it closes below these guys, I'm buying. So I'm buying. Not really, you can make yourself 5 pips here if you're lucky. Then buy again. Now I'm buying again. So I keep buying this, and it's just annoying. This is certainly a lot more fun. You buy this, and you cash out, and in 1 hour, you just made 10 pips, You're making 15 pips an hour here and all this bullshit. And then once you get below here, people lose their mind, Are they really selling here? 2 hours down, there's no way I'm selling into that. Now, I know it's going to make a little bit, but oof, that's going to be fucking brutal. Because if it ever comes to this floor and then it engulfs and takes out this point and it just goes ripping, I'd rather be on the long side in this trap. These kind of trades, I would say, man, that's going to be a whole different. That's tough to trade that at the market. I'd have to trade that pure on pure limits because with the big drama moves, I got to get out the market order tickets on that. If I'm going to swing trade it with this big wide stop of 50 from I'd say 20 pips to 50 pips, those are wide stops. And that's for the euro, it's not so bad. The British pound, I'd say they're just going to wipe those stops out. If you're going for this big long swing that takes 18 hours, I mean, they won't survive an 18-hour exposure. You got to be realistic. There's no way in these markets that you could maintain a position with a 14 pip stop in the British pound the whole day long and just keep trailing it and untrailing it, like keeping it if your robot could keep it 14 pips away. I mean, what would be the point, right? But if you have a static stop, it looks like we're going to rally here. If you have a static stop, then it's different. Then you just go, well, that's the stop. To trail it, I guess I should run I guess I could probably get a trailing robot. That's probably buy one of those easy. All it does is trail stops. Or just make one up. Just and then just put your style of trail in there. And that's kind of a nice money management thing. It keeps your your equities safe, so to speak. Of course, it's costing you, because if you really are looking at the structure, you go, oh yeah, I'll be in this trade for 5 days, and it's going to retrace in 2 days. If it drifted down for 5 days, it's probably going to rip up in 2. It doesn't have to. It could drift back up in 5. It's pretty tough because you don't know what's going to happen. Now, you might say these prices are obviously going to get hit. It's like the market can't resist rocketing into these voids. So once you're in that void, you're in this. The market's kind of unfair, confused. It doesn't understand the supply chain. It's confused. It's like people in a restaurant trying to understand, like socks and shoes. That's pretty tough. You put your sock on first or your shoe? It's tough. The trading thing is difficult because people want to analyze this shit. Okay, so Asia, it's coming up in an hour. We're about to update the 1 hour candle. The half hour is already updated, and we're trying to engulf right now, attempting the engulf process on the half hour. We're halfway. We're halfway engulfed. On the 15, we're back to the floor of this Asian fractal. So the nice thing about that fractal is that if you zoom out a little bit, okay, well, you can see on the 15, the little, this is about, 15 is about as wide as you go. But if you put a sell limit here on this fractal, you got filled at the 10-yard line and you made yourself about tidy 5 pips. Put a buy limit here and here and here. You're buying that. So it's kind of tough to make money here. You got to trade really big. 15-minute hard close into the floor, below the floor, and now you closed up into it. People have already scalped that. The people that like to just go, you know what? They're paying zero spread. They're in $5 million positions. They're just like, pick, I just made, it's $3,000 right in here. Some fucking crazy number. I'm sure if you bought everything below here, buy, and dump, or you just buying all the way down right now. In fact, buying more here because when you take out the low of the previous day, just by a little bit, I mean, this is just premium price. I got a little triangle forming, and looking for a bullish breakout to the side. Go after this. I don't have any targets in there, but if I did, but this is it. I'm not going to buy anymore. I'll let this play out into top of the hour, 8 o'clock, and then looking for a cycle retrace on the dailies, at least of 40 pips. Maybe more. Maybe it becomes a psycho engulf, you know. And that's also the excitement. When that happens, it's just amazing. Say it goes down 3 days. Then in one day, it takes out those 3 down days, which are pretty big. It just rips and blows off the top. It's just an amazing display of backlash and psycho auctions where the market is just, I mean, you can chart it, but man, let's face it, these wicks and some of these Corona wicks are just like out of some type of movie. Look at the day. This is the 30-minute chart, and here is each one of these is a day. So when the market rips down here, if you can see your order bank sitting in these 10 pip windows, that's 20 pips. You know, you can buy this, you buy here, that's 20 pips. You know, if you have the target set. So it may look like, oh, this thing just sliced down, but if you had your buy blocks in here, cash out, that's for the scalping into that void. Of course, once it caves past this, I mean, if you don't take your 20, 30 pips here on that ticket, you're screwed. You also got to take when it tags this, you got to take those pips. Here is where you get trash, because if you run the same target and stop there, they're going to blow it up. So here comes Asia. There's about a 10, 12 pip bounce, and then this chatter stuff. Bink, 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 and then just dies and keeps dying. And even if you bought at the end of, so I'm buying at the end of this day, and then today I'm buying into this chatter bullshit. Building a big long position, anticipating that it's gonna 2 days down, and it could, I don't know, there's not really news tomorrow, but it doesn't have to be news, and that's smashing all the way back to here in one day. I could see that. It's hard to believe, you know, here, a breakout of Asia, you put a sell stop on your Williams fractal, you get filled to the south side just by default, because they never filled your buy stop, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. This thing makes me fucking 100 pips on this trade. This is what people would say. They go, well, didn't you see my strategy? I didn't see that. But now, would you run that? You can't run that every night, because you can already see that the previous day they would just chop you to bits. You got filled here. You got bing, 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 bing. You got your ass kicked. But here, nice clean break out of Asia. Caves down. Yeah, you see the people taking profits here, but you're in for the long haul, because you're anticipating a crush into this, and I would suppose that would be what you're looking at. You're like, oh, geez, they take these supports in this previous day. But hidden in here, you can see the scalp on this half-hour chart. Really easy, clean. That's your little scalp out. All right, we're not making too much headway here, so we're just kind of dying into the top of the hour. We're not really getting very far on the chart. That's what these markets are like in Asia. They're just dead. It's just dead to the world. Let me zoom in. Get a little more. So this down to the half hour now. We need to totally engulf this. Now, I want it to happen by the top of the hour. But, you know, this stuff doesn't always happen when you want it to, and it would be so natural, actually, for that to happen just the way these markets are. At least by 9:30, just be screaming through the, this is the fun, you know, it's blowing this thing out. Boom. And it comes flying back to here, get out, you know. So you make 20 pips. I'm sorry, make about 12 pips there. Not the best trade in the world, pip-wise. But then I'm in really heavy, you know. I'm trying to be a conservative trader on this. I feel like buying right now, though. Looks like a buy. Let's pull the trigger here at the market. So we've waited long enough to buy. And on anything below here, I figure, well, and justify it. We'll go to the 5-minute chart. So it's pulled back on the 5, and it's almost 8 o'clock. Or this is going to update here. If it comes down, I'll buy at the market. All right, so I got to get my finger on the trigger because it's tanking down. 12 pips stop to make 14. All right, put a 2K on there. So this whole time I've been buying this. That's a good price now. It really, so the thing that I do is go like this. Just say, you know what? Let's just buy here at a limit. So that's really, I should put these limits closer together though. See? They're not. They're spread too wide. I think I got some singles in here I could drop. They're just going to be, because 1 pip apart's even too much. Let's just buy at the market. Looks like we're not going to be able to find a ticket. 15. We'll go for the 14 pips. So I got a better fill. Now I'm chasing it. These other two are better fills. There's the limit pending. So always the limit's the better option. But it's fun to pull the trigger on this because when you get you see this big drop on the 5-minute, it's kind of fun to buy into that. And your limits may not fill because the spread is about half a pip. It gets to about a half a pip. So putting your limits in like really right close to the market there. Now that's a nice pack of tickets there. I got it the market. Oh, see, I'm going to get filled there. I just got filled on that limit. That's why the limit's superior. Now I do feel like trading at the market here, coming into the. I'm going to go for a bad ratio, 18 pip stop to make 10. And all right, so I'm just going to try to get a nice buy going there. All right. I got plenty of tickets left, I think. I could probably make 10 pips there. All right, it's 5-minute warning. So that was 5 minutes down, and we just nailed it perfectly. So that's kind of exciting. But other than that, it's a fucking boring game. 8 o'clock's coming up here, and we're looking to make that lunge north. Take this out, engulf this, which would engulf this whole thing. In the end, we take that out and go ripping up. 5-minute. Here's a cute little abandoned baby down here under this floor. So as long as we don't go any lower than this, but if we do, I would definitely buy. I got the limits set here. So these are 8-hour limits, and it might be a little too risky if you don't want to get filled on that unless it's a spike that happens in 5 minutes, because like a 5-minute, 15-minute spike is unsustainable, and that's how you want to get filled on something like that. And once they delete themselves in an hour, say, then you've freed up to trade more stuff either at the market or on limits. But it is fun to just build a position here and then waiting another 5 minutes. So another sell off, I buy at the market again. So it's kind of like a constant maintenance on this market order stuff. You got to be there to pull the trigger. We're tanking again here, so try to go after that low of the day. I will be buying here if this is down below here on the 5. I actually want to buy now because we're right below there. I think I can get a good price right now. Oh, I ran out of tickets, so I got to delete one here. I'm just going to nail at the market here. I'm just about to go into the abyss. Here's where you're just moments from the abyss. You know, that's a deep discount again, so you can't do much better than that for market order. Okay, 8 o'clock's coming. Try to lock in all these. Oh, I think I just maxed out my account. Wait. I gotta delete some of these guys so I can go trade the euro at the market. There, let's just stack up so we can see our. We're buying the down candles heavily at the market here. Oh, about to go through the abyss, go through the floor. Here we go. This should be crazy town. This will be brutal. Now, they're going to stop me out, so I'll just come in when they free up the margin and start buying more. Oh, just took it out. Just took out the low of the... oh, that was close. Close, but no guitar. So, let's clear off these. So I go pure euro dollar. I was just doing this for demonstration. Let's take these tickets off and start coming at the market. I got a 12 pip stop, 14. And the buying stops in 55 seconds. So we got 55 seconds of buying left. Oh, they just went through the floor. There you go. That's what it looks like. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's always one tick lower with 35 seconds on the clock. Buying all the way down there. I'm just going to max it out because they're stopping me out. Now I'm going to go for the wide stops. Here, I'm trying to make 66 pips on this. This looks like it's going to be a brutal ride here. Oof. The buying stops now. So it's 8 o'clock, and we wait. We'll wait for the total reversal at 8 o'clock. Could still keep tanking, so it's all frisky. It's crazy. But I would not buy any more unless it tanks. When they start taking me out of some of my position. Looks like they're about to take me out. About ready. So that was very fast. I got 30 seconds on that. 30 seconds to smash that up and down like that. So we could go a little bit lower here in 5 minutes and buy more on the way down. I'm going to go for the big targets now. I think I maxed it out. I have to wait for them to stop me out to buy some more. I buy this for the 40. Now I'm going to go for the big targets. Big swing trades now. I just wait for them to stop me out. Just about to 8 o'clock. So maybe by 9:30 we'll go down another 10 pips. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Definitely get some new buys in here. All right, going for 66 pips. I'm maxed out until they stop me out. There you go. Into the abyss. Bada boom. All right, now I'm going to go for 50 pip stops to make 100 pips. So I don't have to do this trade again tonight. Another 5 minutes down. 805, and just total meltdown tonight on the euro. It's a classic. All right, well that's about it. Till they free up some margin by stopping me out. I'm down about 1,400. Oh, that's some heavy buying. 15 minutes of buying. 3 minutes left. That's some crazy price. So it's not very it's not ripping down in that, is it? We're making new lows, but how much we got left here? That's about it. So 15 minutes hard down, bought into the whole thing. Heavily buying into that. I hack the scalp and wait for the big. There's a 15-minute chart. There's a half hour. So we're done buying. Maxed it out again. Got the wick on that. At the market. That's the only way to fly. Well, that's always exciting. The market orders. Now I just had to sit back and wait. 5-minute chart's about to update. We got a spinning top here. Yeah, we got 50 seconds before we update that 5-minute candle. All right, we're all in. Maxed the account out. Euro only. The gold took off. Crude oil's kind of choppy. Stocks look like they're doomed. Bitcoin looks doomed. They wicked up there, but boy, they just kind of... We're still below the all-time high. It's kind of disappointing. People are still winning. The ones look, it went a little bit higher though. See on the wick, it went a little bit higher. Wow, look at that. So nice triangle breakup, but then total retrace, total train wreck. All right, 5-minute hard down, so we're done buying. 5 minutes updating. We want to see it. We want to see it engulf here. Otherwise, it's going to keep tanking all night long. The new floor, it's just fallen through. The new low here, like a deep low, goes way back in time. It's not much here on this time frame. Don't look like much. I'm screaming back from the abyss now. Got to get above the screen line. Gotta rip through that now. We're not going to buy that candle. Even if we had available margin, we're not going to buy anything that's going up. Just a no-no. Just don't do that. Yeah, look at these psycho moves. This tick chart's on fire. Just melting down. We got to keep tanking here. The bears are still tanking this down. This is 15 minutes down. Can they take it down another 5? 4 minutes left. 4 minutes in that candle. 1 second left in that 5. I had to pause the video. It was so boring. So we just updated the 5-minute chart again. We did not buy that. We're waiting for retracement. That should be the beginning. We need to take out this yellow line. We need to take out this brand new low. Just a way deep low. Goes way back in time. And we just got to... every time it does this little tag down, I'm waiting for it to really crash. We just keep dipping into this new low. So by 9:30, we want to be taking out the highs of Asia. We want to come all the way and go up about 10 pips here and just blow through this top viciously. So those are all my buys, and we're waiting for the engulfment. I was hoping that was going to be this one here. At first, that we would come here and just blow off the top, but nah, it's just only to here, and then got to still make new lows. That's not even 9 o'clock. By time Europe opens, I should hope that we're above here and just going berserk going to the upside. That's to be my dream for this trade. For the swing trade and the scalp, about 30 pip scalp, I think would be acceptable. Like, this is the 1 hour chart, hard to believe. So I made a new low, and we're still below that yesterday's low, so it's still at deep discount levels. 4 hour complete meltdown. This is one of those charts where you have, I'd say that's a down candle, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10. This is 40 hours straight down, except for maybe a baby rally here. That is a sell-off. That is amazing. We're super tight in here looking for... Oh, looks like we're going to make new lows, though. Still tanking. Look at this. We just engulfed the... So, a lot of people cashed out at that floor, it looks like. New sellers just came in there. Maybe they are going to take it lower. There you go. So, I'll have to buy... in 15 after, so in 2 minutes, if this is down, I gotta keep buying. They have to stop me out of a few tickets for me to get a new buy-in. So this is melting down tonight. Real panic selling. Look how vicious this move is here. When you see this, man, it's like that is nasty. They can't wait. There you go. New lows. They stop me out. I'm gonna buy some of this. Okay, let's start buying. I think I got some free margin now. I'm gonna go for the big. Like I said, I'm only gonna buy with 50 pip stops now. That's definitely swing trading territory. That's maxed out. Would you really sell here with this yellow line to make 8 pips? I guess, maybe. Seems ridiculous. In 5-minute trade, you got to take profits here. I mean, it'd be crazy to sell here. So you would have had to sell the yellow line for a 5-minute sell-off into this new low. That'd be crazy. 10 seconds, we're going to update that 5-minute chart. So if it closes in all-time new lows, I'll definitely buy at the market right now. So buy at the market right there because they just closed in new lows. So we're really dripping down into this vacuum, looking for an insane retracement now. This is the hard thing, is to buy into this. Is to keep buying into these things because you know it's going to be a vicious retracement. So reversal, retracement, same thing. And I guess I'm saying that I'm getting on the next new trend. I want to get in the very beginning of the trend, which would be if we go from here and take out this high, which is about 14 pips away now. The target is to explode above this. And of course, we got a lot of work to do. We got to take out this and this and this. Right now, everything below here has been a buy this, buy this, and then I'm going to buy below there. And the demo account, it's just a great tool because if you're trading real money, every time you see it's a buy here, well, you can buy on this demo account all these sell-offs and put a couple on your real money account, and you'll see how, yeah, that's a good idea. It just feels so weird when it's going down like that, to buy all the sell-off candles. So I'm trying to be a disciplined trader here. Let's see how I'm doing. I'm buying every sell-off, every black candle. Didn't buy anything that was going up, so sit tight. And then I'm holding for the engulf. We got to get that big drama, that drama move going. The rip your face off retracement. So at some point that has to kick in, I would say, in the next hour and a half. This would be the second attempt at the yellow line, the last time the sellers came in for that. Nice clean 5-minute scalp. Now we're looking for that vicious retracement after this drift down. We're looking for explosion up. The 15. That's a half hour buy-in. We did not buy anything here. So we're just loaded in. And now we just have to sit back and we're expecting this to at some point stop tanking. Otherwise, it's just going to cost more money. And maybe blow those tickets out. There's no way around that. It's like when you build a car and you blow the engine up because you're tuning it up too much or something. This is how it is. So you got money that you're using to make more money with, and that's just your tool, is the money. So whatever it takes, they keep on tanking it down here. Yeah, I keep buying. And then you have to sit back. I guess you could buy on some of the retracement there when it pulls back and looking, just looks like they're going to try to take it down. They got this candle. A really, really bloodbath here for a euro. So we still got to make it till 9:30, and then that looks like they're going to go lower. So I'll buy more into that. I got just 30 seconds left for this 5-minute chart update. Got an inverted hammer. If you close right here. Yeah, just really tentative. Kind of a game of chicken, really. And if it goes lower, it's kind of like that spike, and then people come in and buy it. Especially if you take out this new low here. Make a new low here just for a blip. Or is that it? So we just updated. We just got an inverted hammer. Next candle. Oh, it's a nice little. So we inverted hammer on the 5. And now we're trying to engulf that. So we should have bought that, but we're in the 15. We could have bought that. We didn't buy it. It's enough. We got in pretty good there. We're seriously on. Now we got to take out this wick, and it's just a stairway. We got to just take it out like a zipper now. Got to take off this wick, and take all this stuff out. Market's right to the edge. It's just to the edge here. But it's kind of limbo. You know, how low can you go? It just keeps drifting. We just keep buying into it. Now, I'd like to see it get above here. And I'd only buy pullbacks. So if we go rip into here, it pulls back, maybe buy some more. But then at some point if you build the whole thing and then it goes into the larger move, so all of this drift is really like accumulation congestion. It's a triangle, it's an ascending triangle, it's congestion, and then it makes a big move, and then you just sit back and let it unfold. It makes a run from here to the European Open, to the US Open, and whatever is going to reconcile itself because of this is like a 3-day beatdown now because we just took out the low yesterday. So it's 3 days down hard. Maybe comes up into European Open and then it takes out the U.S. Markets. Or it just keeps drifting down. But they're just going to stop me out, that's all. I refuse to sell. I refuse to sell. Not at this point. Not when it's drifting down like this. I have 3 minutes left. So far it's tanking. Almost every 5-minute candle is tanking. What a sell-off. It really is an amazing sell-off. A drift down. It's not that violent at all. Just keeps dipping lower. 10 seconds left in this 5-minute. We just made a new low. Well, we took out the last 5-minute low. So we're waiting to update this candle. We got 5 seconds there. So that just closed out. Well, I'll wait for a tick to come in now. Nobody's trading. And she goes down lower. So now we're just going to crush down, looks like. For 5 minutes. So that was, I guess, a sell, right? That was the only bullish candle. So, well, it just hit that like, well, it just seems so close to just tanking, doesn't it? It just can't seem to take it much lower. 5 more minutes. About to close out this half hour. So this is severe. 90 minutes down. Inverted hammer on the 15 is about to update bottom of the hour. Inverted hammer, 2 inverted hammers. Yeah. We got 4 more minutes, so let's wait it out. So I got 2 minutes left in this 5-minute chart, 5-minute bar, and it looks like they're going to stop me out again. So I got my finger on the trigger to buy with a 50 pip stop now for this giant swing trade. It'll take me out of this scalp, and I'm just going to go in with a swing. No. Just itching to go on a run down here. We all taking out all these fresh prices. We're about 8 pips into the sell-off into this yellow line. No, it's not that dramatic, but it is making new lows. In 2 pip increments. 5 seconds till this closes possibly below here, which is a great buy. So I'm going to buy right there. I should have just bought there. So it just stopped me out of one of my scalps and just bought at the market with a 50 pip stop. We just updated the 15, the half hour. Straight down on the half hour, just buying the whole plunge. So you're going to go start tanking here on the 15's about to make a new low. So maybe by 9:30, go down a little more. There's all my stops. I'm gonna start stopping me out here. That's when I come in with the buy limits for this. I'm gonna buy at the market with a 50 pip stop if they take me out. Just that's about the best buy in the world is right down here where it just rock bottom, deep low. Doesn't look that on the 4-hour chart. It's like okay, well, in the 1 minute chart, this is the trap below the floor in the 1 minute. It's a cute little candle. Now we're looking for this. So it wasn't much of a tear down there, you know. 1 minute chart tells a story. Five's got a little bit giant view there on the 5, but that 1 minute chart's like obvious. We're updating this 5 minute chart right now. Still tanking. Still going into the abyss. About to make a new low. Buying all the way down now. Yeah, it's tanking there. I'll wait 5 more minutes. I just bought every 5 minutes that this thing's been dropping. Every 5 minutes it's going lower. Just millimeters into the vacuum. So I'm done buying. These have 50 pip stops on these tickets. It's officially a swing trade. The daily. It's outrageous. Look at the weekly. So this is what I was talking about. When you fall into this hole, but how long does that last? It doesn't last very long. Seems to last forever. Tonight's just dripping down. Another 5 minutes down, looks like, possibly. Looking for that hammer on the 1 minute chart. Look at this. Not a lot of selling there. Like low volume. Just trapped. I guess people want it to tank hard. The people that are short are looking for this thing to go ripping through the floor tonight. Just go down. Yeah, look at this. Every 5 minutes down. It's no brainer. Every 5 minutes it's down, I just buy. You don't think about this stuff. This is caveman trading here. Just keep buying. Like, is it down? Buy. As soon as it starts going up, I don't touch it, let it go. As soon as it comes back to life here. Look at this accumulation on the tick chart. Yeah, this stuff is freaky. Make a new low. Chop, 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 chop. Just like nothing going on down here. We gotta go past this. Gotta take out this. 3 minutes left. Our first engulfing candle. If this closes up here on the 5, it'll be the first 5 minute engulfing at the very bottom. They're just dripping down. It's not a vicious sell-off at all. Uh, 3 minutes. 3 minutes to get a possibly engulfing about the first time, really. Because everything else on here is all just drift. This will be the first engulf. We can close up here. You got 2 minutes to close up there. That would be nice. I'm gonna have to sit here and keep buying. It's such a pain in the ass to keep buying this thing. This is going down. This gets on your nerves. Annoying as hell. Yeah, so far it's engulfing. We got to close up and go rocketing to that yellow line. That is the dream. Is that kind of move? Yeah, I got 2 minutes. Okay, 1 minute left. Let's see some action. 1 minute chart says I took out this fractal. Gotta keep ripping. Yeah, 30 seconds left. Yeah, we just took out 2 candles. 3 if you consider this one hidden back here. Really got to take out that 4th candle and then just make a beeline. Take this out. Bing, zing, ding. And we want to see that. And we got a minute to get. We got 15 seconds to go blasting north. All right. This has to be the ultimate rejection of that price. Almost got there. Boom. So maybe on the next candle. But we took out this at least 20 minutes of price. This looks like the beginning of the engulfment. I always wanted to happen earlier, though. So this is what I was looking for: is this to go here? Nah, gotta come down here. Do all this bullshit for another 9 pips of bullshit. If that candle turns down, I would buy it, but I'm already in, and I can't buy anymore. So I'm locked out of that trade. Well, this is going to be it for the night. That's my trade plan, is to buy tonight, hold it through. It's been going down solidly here. This will be the 3rd day, but this might turn out to be an engulfment of yesterday and back into this last known giant support here. That's where I get to eventually for the swing trade. All right, that's it. So, time to go take a nap, see if this works out. It'll all work out for the better, I'm sure. But that's kind of fun. It was coming into, I was looking at the chart on the weekly, and it's coming into some deep lows there. That goes way back to here. It's a top become a bottom from here, although it went through it. And that's almost 2 years ago. That is some old prices. Okay, retracement. We're looking for the retracement, though. 5 minute chart. So this has got to hold. You can't take out that giant rally. You got to hold this. So coming in at 9 o'clock, you got to stay above that. That's quite a nice. We get I suppose, a 618 pullback here. And at the end of 5 minutes, buy it here. This is like the beginning of a rally. First time you can buy a pullback. First time to draw a trend line on that. Yeah, it might take a couple hours to get through this. But I do prefer the rip. The drift and rip, because it's just way more fun. So by 9 o'clock, I want to be banging on that yellow line. There's the half-hour chart. Doesn't look that hard on the 15, so you got to engulf the body. Here it's down on the 15. At the top of the hour, buy here if it's down. Otherwise, I'm totally loaded up here. So we're just gonna let it go. That's it. Not much you can do about these markets. They're just creeper gear stuff.